Alright, hello YouTube, welcome back to the aircraft. I am in Flight Sim 2020 again. I've had enough, I can't take it with the no ATC thing. And we are at Yellowstone. We're continuing our flight to the west, but I'm going to do it in Flight Sim 2020 for a while. I just miss it. So first things first, I got to get my fuel set here. I have 103 gallons in here, so 70 plus, so that's 34 I gotta add. No, that's not what I wanted to do. I always get confused which one is 34. Enter that. Enter that. 103 gallons. So our fuel computer is correct, and I did not call for my clearance yet. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna have to go with the weather report that I had from before. So let me double check my weather here. It says 359 at 3 knots. So let's see, 359 at 3. All right, let's go ahead and call for clearance and see what we get. And this is Salt Lake Center. So, Salt Lake Center, Barrow, November 641 Charlie Papa is at Yellowstone. Request IFR clearance to West Yellowstone.
November 641 Charlie Papa, Salt Lake Center. Cleared to Yellowstone Airport. Radar vectors buffo, then as filed. Maintain 9,000 feet. Expect 10,200 feet. 10 minutes after departure. Departure with me. Squawk 3212.
Cleared to West Yellowstone. Vectors to Buffalo, then as filed. Climb and maintain 9,000. Expect 10,200. 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency is 133.25. Squawk 3212. November 641 Charlie Papa.
November 641 Charlie Papa. Read back correct. Start or taxi at pilot's discretion. Hold for release. Report holding short runway 4.
Taxi at pilot's discretion. Report holding short runway 4. November 641 Charlie Papa. All right.
So Salt Lake Center, Southwest 3986. Good day. Flight level 351.
We're going to head to runway 4.
Southwest 3986. Salt Lake Center. Radar
should
contact.
be this one. So we're just going to taxi to the left, and then to the left, to the left, to the left. I'm going to have to request a higher altitude. They got me going 9 to 10.2, which is dumb. But we're going to have to get up to 14, or we're not going to clear the mountains. Salt Lake Center, Barrow, November 641 Charlie Papa. Request altimeter setting. I don't know if that'll work.
Salt Lake Center, November 641 Charlie Papa. Go ahead.
Request altimeter.
November 641 Charlie Papa. Yellowstone Regional Altimeter is 3018.
Looky there. Looky there. All right, let's get this beast started here. First things first, I got to turn on the fuel pump or the fuel tanks, or we ain't gonna start nothing. And let's crack that left throttle, get back into our normal position here. We'll do a little bit of priming. And I tell these guys, hey, clear prop on the left there, buddy. Alright, and you there, Chickadee, clear prop on the right. Okay. Got both engines started. We'll increase the RPM by a little bit here. Let her warm up. And I gotta take off my shoes. I wasn't prepared. Let's see if these guys will give me a pushback. Pushback just kind of automatically goes, apparently. We'll stop the pushback here. Do a double check of all my stuff. And let's get those taxi lights on. And we're gonna head out. Yeah, we gotta get over those mountains. Let's see. What is the time? 10. There we go. So runway 4 is heading this direction. We have plenty of fuel for this flight. So we'll want to make a left-hand turn after takeoff. We're going to go right over those mountains. All right, I think we're ready. Let me double check my trim. That is not my trim. That's my trim. All right, Salt Lake Center, bearing November 641 Charlie Papa is holding short runway 4, ready for departure.
November 641 Charlie Papa, released for departure. Clearance void if not off by 1655 Zulu. If not off by 1655 Zulu, contact no later than 17.5 Zulu. Time now 16:35 Zulu. Frequency change approved.
Cleared for departure, frequency change approved. All right, let's go ahead and get the landing lights out. Turn off the taxi lights, turn on the strobes. Landing lights are deploying. No one's coming. And let's get going. Airspeed is alive, 50 knots, 60 knots, 70 knots, 80 knots. Let's give her a little bit of back pressure. Alright, we got a positive rate. Let's go ahead and get the gear up. Salt Lake Center, November 641 Charlie Papa is with you, climbing through 6,000 feet.
November 641 Charlie Papa, Salt Lake Center, radar contact. Climb and maintain 10,200 feet. Altimeter tree 018.
Climb and maintain 10,200 feet, 10,200. I don't know how I'm supposed to say that. Let's see, does the autopilot master button work on this? Doesn't. Get the vertical speed going down. God dang it.
Sun Country 1633. Contact Salt Lake Center 132.4.
Contact Salt Lake Center 132.4, Sun Country 1633. Have a good day.
Come around to the west here.
Salt Lake Center, SkyWest 5857. Flight level tree 45. SkyWest 5857. Salt Lake Center, radar contact.
I guess we better climb a little faster than this, because we got mountains ahead of us we gotta get over. Salt Lake Center, November 641 Charlie Papa, request 14,000 feet.
November 641 Charlie Papa. Confirm new altitude 14,000.
Affirmative, 641 Charlie Papa.
November 641 Charlie Papa. Roger, climb and maintain 14,000.
Climb and maintain 14,000 feet, 641 Charlie Papa. I didn't catch it in time. Alright, so what I was doing down here, I'm setting my pressure to 9,000 feet for my pressurization. And now we're over 10,000 feet. I'm going to turn off the landing lights and get those retracted. Pull a little bit of this mixture down while we're climbing, because we are pretty high up here.
Salt Lake Center, SkyWest 5470. Fly at level 300.
Should be a relatively short flight.
SkyWest 5470. Salt Lake Center. Radar contact.
Surprised they're not sending me on direct to my thing yet, but that's all right. We'll catch it here in a second. We'll just get on the nav hold. Flying the mighty Cessna 414. I do love this aircraft. Oh, dang it, I never got all the way up to 14,000. And let's go ahead and go with nav hold. So when it crosses that line, it'll go ahead and turn us. This is the minimum safe altitude that I can be at here to cross these mountains. Our radar altimeter here should probably drop to something fairly low. Alright, we're up at cruise, so let's go ahead and slow this down. We went 31 on the manifold pressures. And we'll go with 2300 on the RPMs. Which is right about there. I just now realized we almost forgot Kelly. And let's go ahead and watch our EGTs here. Looking for peak. You go right around there. All right. Up 2222. A little bouncy going over these mountains. It's a little bit bouncy. Alright, let's see. What's our ground speed? 182, that's not bad. And I don't think we're going to get weather. 118.1. I think I have to push. See if that's even the right. This is KWYS. Huh. That was a crazy little. That was a crazy little whoop-de-doo there. It must have been a change in the pressure. So let's see. This thing was planning for runway 19, I think. This is saying there's no wind. Scattered clouds at 4,500, 5,000, overcast 1,100, 11,000. I don't see that being a thing. But I think they're planning on runway 19 for me. So we'll see. Why are the cow flaps set like that? That's... I think out is open. Okay. Now out is closed. Don't know why they were set all wacky. All of our temps look good. Going to this Buffalo, and then that's pretty close. I just had to pick a point for Beyond ATC to work. Getting a little warm in here, 82. It's only 73 degrees outside, full sun though. So we're cooking a little bit in here. That's right, I put that button in there for landing view. Zooms me in a little closer and lowers me down so I can see my gauges a little better. Expect radar vectors, runway 19er, November 641 Charlie Papa. Sounds about right. We're going to be heading directly in almost. Salt Lake Center on 132.4. Good day. Salt Lake Center, November 641 Charlie Papa at 14,000 feet. Let's see if that altimeter changed.
November 641 Charlie Papa, Salt Lake Center.
Huh. They didn't tell me it changed. Looking good, looking good. Big old lake out there. Yeah, see, we got an ETA 5 minutes ETE en route, and then it's only 7 minutes later to get to our airport. Airport elevation is 6,641 feet. I never even turned this on. They didn't even say anything to me. Yeah, Beyond ATC. You gotta get better about that. Now, the last two flights I did using Beyond ATC, they never told me to descend to go into my airport. So we'll see what happens here. Our top of descent is right after the Buffalo turn. So we'll see what happens. And when I requested to descend, they kept saying, that's not available right now.
Salt Lake Center, SkyWest 5470, good day, flight level 29er.
What is that? Oh, look at that along the edge of the lake.
Salt Lake Center.
Giant sinkhole.
November 6, Yellowstone Airport landing runway 19er.
Landing runway 19er, November 641 Charlie Papa.
November 641 Charlie Papa. Altimeter 3024. Expect the visual approach runway 19er.
You say 30. But that was a weird pause. Altimeter 3024. Expect runway 19er, 641 Charlie Papa. That explains that. Now, I can't get too crazy with the descent because, no, I guess not. I guess we're okay. I'm looking at the, we'll clear those mountains okay. So I'm looking for 7,700 about pattern altitude. If they'll just send me down to 8 grand, that'd be great. What I'll do is as soon as we get past this point here, I'm going to go ahead and call and request. First, I'll just say I'm ready for descent and see what they say, but I don't think they're going to, they'll probably be like, what altitude do you want? And then I'll try 8,000, see what they say. Salt Lake Center, November 641 Charlie Papa. I am ready to descend.
November 641 Charlie Papa. I didn't get that altitude. Say again, altitude.
Request 8,000 feet.
November 641 Charlie Papa. Unable 8,000 feet at this time.
Yeah, see, that's the problem I have. They're not descending me down. Salt Lake Center, November 641 Charlie Papa. Request 10,000 feet.
November 641 Charlie Papa. Unable 10,000 at this time.
I need to descend. I'm going to be way too high. So I'm just going to do it. I'm going to go down to 8,000. We'll go vertical speed. We're going to go down at about 1,000 feet per minute. Alright, turn my heading bug over and I'm going to switch to heading hold. And let's see if we can't find us a Let's see if we can't find us an approach procedure. Oh man, I don't know. That's fine, whatever. Let's see if it'll. I think our runway should be right over here somewhere. Oh, there it is, I think. Yeah. Let's go ahead and get the landing lights back on. Take this off of here so we can get this set down to 6,000 feet, which is our airport elevation. $177 is the max for the gear. We are good for that. Let's go ahead and get the gear down. And let's go first notch of flaps. And let's start making our turn here. There's our runway right out there. And they never told me to descend, they never told me to do anything. I'm going to go full props. Runway 19. Nav hold.
SkyWest 5959. Contact Salt Lake Center 133.25. Center on 133.25. SkyWest 5959. Have a good day.
Alright, we're going to go the second notch of flaps. And we're going to switch. West Yellowstone traffic. Baron, November 641 Charlie Papa is on 3-mile final to land runway 19. And let's go full flap. Oh. No. I pushed the wrong button because I was used to the... Let's make sure we got 3 down and locked. We do. We got our landing lights on. There's our landing view. Which one is dancing around? Get that tickety off. Alright. Let's kill the autopilot. Kill the autopilot button doesn't work. Kill the autopilot. That was my stall warning. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Bad time for this. Don't know if it's going to catch it or not. Alright, I got Sky Dolly recording. Yeah, it definitely is a lot easier to land in Flight Sim 2020. Watch me fuck this up now. I feel like that right there would have wiped me out on X-Plane. Oh, I have a little trouble here. All right, so here we come. Here we come. Let's see how we did. Not too bad. Not too bad. All right, let's see what that rear view angle looks like. All right, here we come. Here we come. It wasn't horrible, but it wasn't great, was it? All right, let's go finish out the taxi. All right. Here's an exit right here. And West Yellowstone traffic, November 641 Charlie Pop is clear of the active taxiing to parking. Alright, landing lights off, taxi lights on, strobe lights off. There's an A10 Warthog over here. Let's see, gotta find my parking spots. Recenter. We'll go over here so we can see the A10 anyway. Well, I guess I'm not going to take that one. I'm going to take the second one over here. Go around and park on the other side of the Warthog. What do you think? Right about here. That's pretty close. Alright, let's get the parking brake set. And yeah. So there you go. We are next to the Warthog. So thanks for watching. Thank you for flying with me, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace. Where's my mouse?